Hey there, you magnificent seeker of truth. Ready to pull back the cosmic curtain and take a look at the history of the Bible? Strap yourself in, because today we're diving deep into the ancient past, talking about some seriously heavy history and stirring up some spiritual stew with a dash of pop culture along the way. We're going to uncover what went down with the Bible at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, and spoiler alert, it involves some serious meddling by forces that might surprise you. Welcome, curious minds. Have you ever felt like something about the Bible didn't quite add up, like there's a puzzle piece missing, or that the picture you're seeing isn't the whole story? Well, you're not wrong. The Bible we have today has been, shall we say, heavily edited, about 85% of it, in fact. And where did this grand slice and dice happen? At the Council of Nicaea, all the way back in 325 AD. And trust me, it wasn't just a bunch of old dudes debating theology. There was a hidden hand in the game, one that still affects humanity to this day. But before we get into that juicy part, let's warm up with a little historical context. The Council of Nicaea was convened by Emperor Constantine, who was looking to solidify Christianity as the empire's main religion. Constantine was a smart guy. He knew that a unified religion would create a unified empire, but in order to make Christianity palatable to everyone, he needed to streamline the message. The result? A heavily edited Bible shaped to suit the agenda of the Roman Empire. Fallen angelic intruders. Yep. They played their part. Now, let's get to the real tea. According to the Voyagers series by Ashayana Dean, not only were human hands involved in altering the Bible, but there were also fallen angelic intruders who had their own dark agenda. Yes, you read that right. Fallen angelic beings had their claws all up in those holy texts. What's the goal here, you ask? These beings manipulated religious teachings to keep humanity in a state of spiritual suppression. They don't want you to awaken to your full divine potential, and they've done everything they can to keep you chained to distorted beliefs. These fallen forces twisted the original teachings, like the Law of One, which speaks to our unity with Source and each other, and replaced them with doctrines designed to divide and control. The resulting Bible, while still containing some wisdom, became a tool for subjugation. The true messages of love, self-empowerment, and divine connection, well, let's just say they got buried under layers of misinterpretation and fear-based narratives. The Nicaea chopping block. What got cut? So, what exactly did the Council of Nicaea cut out of the Bible? Well, that's a long list, but the highlights include texts that promoted personal empowerment and direct connection with the divine. You know, those teachings that said you don't need an intermediary, like a priest or an emperor, to talk to God. Yep, those were chopped, burned, or declared heretical. Also on the chopping block, references to reincarnation, alternate dimensions, and teachings that align with the principles of Keylontic science. Universal, cosmic knowledge that could have unlocked humanity's full potential. Let's not forget that the Council didn't just edit out the good stuff, they added plenty too. Ideas of eternal damnation, a wrathful God, and the concept of original sin. These served the fallen angelic agenda by keeping people in fear. Fear is a great way to control a population, especially when they're terrified of their own divine potential. What's the Bible now? Okay, so what do we have now? The Bible, as it stands today, is still a sacred text for many people, and yes, it still contains wisdom, beauty, and moral teachings. But we have to understand that it's been altered in a way that serves the fallen agenda. Instead of a guide to our ultimate spiritual freedom, it became a tool for control. The true Bible, the one that was meant to awaken humanity to its full power, was lost, or rather hidden. What we're left with is a spiritual GPS. But with some major rerouting going on, it's like trying to navigate your way home, only to find the map has been swapped with directions to the nearest fast food chain. It'll get you somewhere, sure, but not exactly where you want to go. Why does this matter? Here's the kicker. The Bible's current form is holding humanity back. It keeps people locked into a fear-based mindset where they feel powerless, separate from God, and dependent on external authorities for salvation, when in reality we are all inherently divine. We are each a fractal of the Source, a living embodiment of the Law of One, but the system keeps us blind to that truth. It's like we're Neo before he takes the red pill. We're living in a reality where the truth has been hidden from us. But here's the good news, dear reader. It's never too late to wake up. The moment you start questioning, seeking, and digging deeper, you start reclaiming your power. And the fallen angelic forces, they can't stop that once it begins. A new era of awakening. Look, I get it. Talking about this stuff can ruffle some feathers. After all, the Bible has been revered for millennia. But if it's keeping us spiritually asleep and serving forces that don't have our best interests at heart, it's time to wake up, stretch our wings, and realize we're so much more than we've been led to believe. The Voyagers series talks about the true history of humanity, about our origins as beings of light, and how we've been manipulated by various fallen forces throughout time. But more importantly, it offers us tools for reclaiming our sovereignty. No longer do we need to be bound by the distorted teachings of a book that was altered to serve dark agendas. Closing thoughts. So, what's the takeaway here? It's time to question, explore, and reclaim our spiritual sovereignty. The Bible, while still valuable, is not the final word on divine truth. In fact, it may just be the starting point for a much deeper exploration of who we are and what we're capable of. Thank you for taking the time to dive into this wild ride of truth-seeking with me. Keep coming back for more, because we're just scratching the surface here. Next time, we'll dive deeper into Keylontic science, fallen angelic agendas, and how you can use this knowledge to bend your reality in ways that will blow your mind. Until then, stay curious, stay woke, and never stop asking questions.